This is 3 drum patterns that every producer should know how to make. Now, I don't care what genre of music you produce in, there will be a point in time when you will need to know how to make at least one of these 3 patterns. What you're going to see me do in this video is break down exactly what drum samples go into each pattern, and then I'm going to build each pattern from scratch. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. First drum pattern I'm going to show you is a house pattern, or in other words, 4 on the floor. Super essential to know because you can use this pattern in any genre across the board. The drums that you need for a classic 4 on the floor pattern is a kick. My kick sounds like this. And a clap. An open hi-hat, which is the longer hi-hat. A closed hi-hat. And we're going to put 4 kicks per bar. So you can see my bars up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to grab our clap, and we're going to put a clap on every other kick. We're going to grab our open hi-hat, and we're going to put it in between each kick. So then it's kick, open hi-hat, kick, open hi-hat. Sounds like this. Open hi-hats are so important. You really should spend a lot of time finding a good open hi-hat because those are like the center of the beat. The next hi-hat we're going to do, and this one's pretty important as well, is the closed hi-hat. I basically took a hi-hat from splice.com. All my samples are from splice.com. And that hi-hat sounds like this, and I just threw it into my sampler here in Logic. I highly recommend doing this hi-hat line with a sampler. I'm going to grab these hi-hats and I'm going to do this speed of hi-hats. We're just going to run it out to the 4 bars. But there's an important step here. Now this is what makes house beats kind of like amazing. That's that we have to swing them. So I'm going to shorten all of these notes here, and then I'm just going to swing them. So now you can see some of these notes are off beat, and it just adds so much groove. So if we give ourselves a bass line, this next drum pattern is excellent for any other genre you could imagine, whether it's pop, future bass, future pop, trap, R&B, it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and lay down some drums. So for this pattern, going to be using a kick that sounds like this, a snare. I have a closed hi-hat, an open hi-hat, and some extra percussion, and a little tambourine. So what I'm going to do is take this kick and just do a very basic kick pattern. So we're going to put the snare on every half beat. So 1 snare per bar. So we have a 4-bar loop, and we should have 4 snares. And then we're going to put this kick on. We're going to grab this and put an extra kick right here. Get rid of that kick. So the next drum we're going to fill out here is the closed hi-hat, and all I'm going to do is 8 hi-hats per bar. And then what I like to do to make the hi-hats not get stagnant is increase the intensity at the end of the hi-hat line. So the next one I'm going to lay out here is the open hi-hat. And I'm just going to put this before each first snare. So every other snare gets an open hi-hat before it. And I'm going to shorten this open hi-hat so that it sounds nice. Okay, so now we're going to take our extra percussion hits, and if you were searching for percussion that sounds similar to this, I literally just search percussion on places like splice.com or Loopmasters, and you'll get a wide array of different sounding percussion. For these, I'm going to like awkwardly lay them out on this beat, and then I'm going to take this, and I think I put this one here and it sounded pretty good. And these just kind of go on those off beats and keep the drum line interesting. And of course I have these panned too, so it just sounds pretty good. So if you listen closely, one goes in the right ear and the other follows up in the left ear. Next, I'm going to take this tambourine, and this tambourine is super important because it kind of falls behind the hi-hat in the lineup. It's going to be a little quieter than the hi-hat, but we're just going to make it go like really fast. And if we play this with some instruments, we get a beautiful drum line. This third and final drum pattern you have to know how to make. It's for very chill parts of the song. It's like a breakdown beat. You would use this beat in a very chill or quiet verse, or any part of the song that isn't the drop. The sound selection is very important here too, so you need like chill drum. The kick is fine, you can use whatever kick you want. The kick I'm using is this. You're not going to use like a full-fledged snare, although you could. I highly recommend using a snap or a rim shot. So I have a snap, it sounds like that, an open hi-hat, a shaker. I just like to layer my shaker, so I have 2 shakers here. Let's go ahead and get our kick laid out into a very chill rhythm. I'm actually going to use the same kick pattern as I did in the song before. However, the snap is different because we're going to do 2 snaps per bar. So each snap is going on a quarter bar. So if you see we have 1 bar, we're going to have 2 snaps for that 1 bar. And then I'm going to take this kick and we're going to have a nice little rhythm like that. This open hi-hat is going to do the same job as the rhythm before this one, which is go before the snap. Now here is the most important part, which are these little shakers. So in sections of the song like this, you can use either closed hi-hats, tambourines, or shakers, but I'm going to use a shaker. The sound I'm actually using sounds like this. So for this one, we got to make a nice quick like rhythm, like almost like we're using the shaker with our hands. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to take this and put one on every little grid line here. And I'm going to mess up the velocities to kind of give it like a little human touch. Like that. And also what I'm going to do is quantize this. Not as much as the house beat, but I'm going to quantize it. And then I also like to get a second shaker and just layer the same shaker pattern. So once you have everything laid out here, we should get this. Very nice for, like I said, the chill parts of a song. And I actually have pads here so you can reference it. If you guys enjoyed that video and would like to learn more about every element of music production, come join me in my EDM Bootcamp. My EDM Bootcamp's not just a course, but it's also an entire back-end community where you can get unlimited feedback on your music from me and the rest of the course members, as well as ask me any production question that you would like. If that sounds like something that you're into, check out the link at the top of the description below. You can also show your support for the channel by checking out my sound packs, which is also linked in the description below this video as well. Thanks for watching, guys.